Hey, what's going on, everybody? Well, my hair looks a little crazy. Hey, everybody, welcome to this month's State of Avatar Legends. If you are unfamiliar with this live stream, it's usually when I just talk about the last month of Avatar news. Of course, the big one being that we finally got the official Avatar teaser trailer for the Netflix adaptation. We have some news on the Iroh spinoff comic. The Azula comic just came out, and we got a bunch of other stories. But before we get into the stories, let me not be rude and say what's up to the people in the chat. What's going on? It's Greydon. What's going on? Otaku, Insomniac. What's going on? Jeremiah, Christian. How are you guys doing? How's your past week been? Past month? Maybe the past few days. How was everybody's Thanksgiving? Actually, we just had Thanksgiving recently, so let me know how your Thanksgivings all went. Kiki Nation, what's going on? I'm a little bit late, sorry, today, guys, because I am about to do my first Comic-Con. I have a booth at Comic-Con, Los Angeles Comic-Con, starting tomorrow. So I had to go down there and get my exhibitor badge, and I got here a little bit late than I intended. Hey, what's going on, Pass? What's going on, Ninja Meg? What's going on, Omega? Glad to have you guys here. Hope you guys are doing well. I wonder what first. I think the first thing we should obviously talk about should be the Avatar teaser, right? Which I can't actually play on here. Here, I'll pull it up, so I can have it in the background, but I won't actually be able to play it because I think I'll get hit with the copyright BS. Hold on, let me put it up right quick. Netflix Avatar teaser. Now, let me switch over the screen so you guys can see like what I'm doing and everything, because that'll make a little bit more sense. So, what did everyone, because I don't think I actually got to speak to you guys live about your thoughts about the trailer, but what did everybody think about the trailer? I gotta say, like, this shot here is my favorite. I think I just can't play more than like 10 seconds of it and then we'll be all right. But this right here, guys, man, this was something else. Seeing this for the first time, we're actually gonna see the Airbenders versus the Fire Nation, like during the beginning of the Airbender genocide, and we're seeing all these like Airbenders like flying through the air. And then I think personally, I don't know if you guys agree, but I think that what we see going on here with the Fire Nation coming down, that is some Fire Nation. That's some fire soldiers, I think, using some fire jets, and I'm very interested to see how they're gonna be doing all that. I think it was good for the first teaser, says Jeremiah. If you could read my mind. Oh, why? Why is great on? What's going on? What about reading your mind? Hey, what's going on, Ken fam? I really like the teaser, guys. I'm gonna be completely honest. I think I got teary-eyed probably around here. Ah, thank you, Ken, for becoming a member once again on the channel. 23 months and counting. Thank you for your support. Hey, everybody in the chat, if you got them, try and throw up some Antoine hearts in the chat. If you don't have any Antoine hearts, it's okay. Throw in some regular hearts. Let's show some support to Ken for supporting this channel as much as he has been doing. Thank you so much, Ken fam, for your sponsorship. So close to 2 years. Yeah, very close to. I think once you get to the 2-year mark, you can become the Avatar Antoine emoji, which is going to be in there. Deram says that the trailer was phenomenal in regards to visual and sounds, story-wise and acting-wise. I'm pretty positive. Well, that's actually the thing that I am probably not like super worried about, but is the thing I'm still wondering about because we didn't really get, you know, any dialogue. Oh, by the way, is my audio kind of okay? Like in terms of the levels? I think so. Oh yeah, it's pretty good. Is that we didn't get anything from the acting, so we have no idea like what was going to be going on. Oh, my bad, Ninja Meg. I missed your message. My Thanksgiving was all right, but and brought back a lot of bad memories. But any break from school is amazing. Wait a minute, hold on. What? Thanksgivings are supposed to bring back bad memories? What? Fleming, what's going on? So glad that they actually shaved Aang's head. In the promo pictures, he had a stubble on his head. Probably because you can't shave in an iceberg. No, I mean, well, I would say it's because this is pretty low res right now, but you can see his stubble. Like, if you actually look at... Actually, we're going to be looking at another promo piece in a second. You're going to see, like, his stubble. He definitely has stubble on his head, which is realistic because that is what... Especially when someone's not actually balding. Like, if you're not, like, an actual balding man, you're still going to have, like, stubble there no matter what. Like, that's always going to be there. That's how you can tell when someone shaves their head as a choice versus shaving their head as like a last resort kind of situation. And obviously he's a young kid; he still has all his hair, so you're gonna get that stubble no matter what. From like a realistic, standpoint, you're gonna be seeing some stubble. Very little dialogue from the main cast in the trailer is my only gripe, but it is a teaser after all, so I am sure we'll get more on that. Yeah, no, for sure. Then that again, that's what I said too. Is that like you don't have to get too worried about it because of course it is a teaser. But yeah, that was like my only like slight worry that I could ever like come up with is the fact that there was no dialogue in the teaser. But I was super floored by the teaser. Like, oh my god, Azula, by the way. I don't think I have any issues with Azula anymore. Although I don't know why there we go. Like Azula looks fire, man. Like she looks dope. And those promo shots they had of her was not doing her any justice. But this like if someone just showed me this image, I'd be like, oh, that's Azula. Like right off the bat. Like I wouldn't question it, Versus like the other picture that they showed, the promo picture that we saw from like let's see if I can find it. Azula Netflix. Because that other one that we got from the Azula picture that we got, this is not this Avatar thing keeps showing up, but it's not the official. Also, we have this new poster too, which I think is pretty cool. Very reminiscent of the original poster. Although this one looks really like heavily edited. I don't know if like the design of it's that great, but like the vibe is there. The vibe is there for sure. Hold on, let me find the one I'm talking about. The picture of Azula that I thought like this is the reason why this person made this, because this version of Azula is so much better. Like the one that we're seeing right here. And oh my god, Suki was so good. Okay, we're gonna talk about Suki too in a second. But the original picture of Azula, which I'm sure this fan page probably has somewhere, if I keep scrolling down, did not. It was not it. That was not the business. Let me see if I can find it. I'm sure it's good. Oh, there it is. Yeah, this one here. This one was not the business. That one, I feel like she didn't look as much like Azula here as she does here. You know what I mean? Like so much better. I love the teaser. It was near perfect. I would agree, Ninja. I think it was near perfect. I think the teaser was near perfect. It was pretty promising. Definitely got me nostalgic and excited, says Roy Rodriguez. But I'm gonna still wait for the series to drop or a full trailer to have a more complete opinion. True. That is fair. From the trailer, we can see that they are tonally going full-on serious. I don't think I agree with that. Typically, with the teaser trailer, you can only showcase one kind of mood. So I would not say that the teaser that we got is necessarily saying that we're only gonna get an all serious version, all serious take on Avatar. I don't think that's the case necessarily. Like that still could, be happening where they're gonna take out all the humor, but I don't think so. I think that we're gonna see some more humor out of this. Hey, what's going on, KD Love? Welcome, welcome. I think the fire bending looks good. I can't wait to see. Oh my god, yeah, the bending, which I think was actually the shot right before this, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, like the fire bending looks really good. Like that fire kick, pretty good. It's not like perfect or nothing like that, but it looks way better than the original movie. I'll tell you that. And freaking Ozai just bursting Zuko's eye. Ooh, ooh. Oh my god, and Daniel Day Kim, guys. Hold on, let me find Daniel Day Kim, because Daniel Day Kim is just perfect. Oh, and Suki, guys. And I'm not a Suki stan. I'll tell you that right now. I am extremely indifferent to Suki. But when I saw this image of Suki, y'all don't understand. I almost squealed like a little girl. Because this freaking Suki image and just the look of the I was gonna say geisha, which I mean this is what it's reminiscent of, is that it's supposed to be like a geisha, Japanese geisha. So good, guys. Like the makeup work on that, I think was just phenomenal. The costume design, all of it, man. The vibe is just there. Yeah, no makeup Azula does fit better. I agree with that for sure. Maybe like you can give her some eyeliner, But yeah. The facial expressions say a lot. She's just misunderstood. We need more no makeup face Azula. Hope Azula has the best clapbacks as usual. I mean, she should. It looks way better than I thought, and based on One Piece, my hopes are pretty high. Me too, Pass. Like I don't know how much influence One Piece can have, because a lot of Avatar: The Last Airbender was already shot. And a big reason why I, at least, like, I'm not feeling this music, by the way. Let me skip this one. I'm not really into like the whatever that was, that song that was just playing a second ago. Not the vibe. But yeah, I agree with the idea of One Piece getting me more excited for the adaptation that Netflix is going to do for Avatar. Yeah, dude, on God, Fleming, you're so right. Daniel Day Kim is freaking perfect. Hold on. Oh, here he is, right here. My freaking goodness. They could not have cast this any better. People, I would say, are hard pressed to find a better casting than Daniel Day Kim as Fire Lord Ozai. I think it's an impossible task. Literally born for the role. Totally agree, Bossy. Totally agree. Hey, what's going on, Chirau? But yeah, totally loved the teaser. I was really, really into it. I could not be happier. Even this, like, even just Zuko walking and then Iroh's facial expression. Oh, just like not wanting to see his nephew go through this, like going through the exile. My God, yeah, guys, it's so good. It's so good. And then, okay. So there was another piece of news that came out. There was a promo that came out for 100 more days until here it is right here. So 100 more days until we get Avatar. Really, really awesome promo. I didn't mean to do it with all the music though. My bad. But everybody looks good, dude. Especially freaking. Okay, here's the thing I worry about. I'm gonna be real for a second here. Gordon Cormier, who's the guy who's playing Aang, looks so perfect. Like anytime he smiles, anytime he's like moving around, looks. My only thing is, what if he really sucks as an actor, guys? What if he's just not a good actor? Like he looks like Aang. Like if you see him at like a Comic-Con or something, you're like, bro, that is like 100,000% Aang. But I really, really kind of worry. I wonder if he's just like gonna be like one of those like cheesy kid actors. You know what I mean? Like I have a little, like a very small, like whispering voice in my head that he might be like kid actor. And kid actors typically are not like, and when people say that word, like kid actor, it's usually used in a pejorative. Like it's not a positive. And I wonder if that might be the case for this guy, A lot of what made One Piece so good was the actors being fully committed to the characters and their quirks. Yeah, and that's what I hope they do. Like, let's actually look at some of this. Like, I feel like who's the first? Like, Gordon going by running. That's very Aang. Like, this whole aesthetic, like him running across, extremely Aang. This is very small stuff. Like, it's just Katara like lifting up a wave and looks like she's about to push it. Not much we can really like go with here. I mean, she looks good. She's got her hair loopies, you know. She's got the the Katara makeup, you know. I'm really hoping they do not lose sight on Sokka being funny. Not only funny, but kind of goofy. Because in the teaser trailer, almost every shot with Sokka, he looked like he was mean mugging. And I was like, I mean, that's fine, because it depends on like the context of that scene and where they were pulling from. But a lot of those shots were very just a little too mean muggy. You know what I mean? You know. Hey, what's going on, CJ? Sorry for not saying hello. My bad for missing you there. Let me catch up on the. Still feel like Zuko's scar should be more graphic and more of a deformity. I disagree. I think if you have it too true to life, like if you do it too real life with the scar, it will look very grotesque. Like, I don't know if you've seen like real burn victims, but you don't want that. I don't think you actually want that. I think you think you want that, but you don't want the actual deformity of someone who actually got their eye nearly burnt off. I think the work that they did on the eye, I think is just enough to say that, oh yeah, he got burnt, not too much to be so grotesque that it's like too like off-putting. Which, by the way, I have no gripes at all with the scar anymore. I'm completely fine with the scar. And also, just this dude, I forget the actor's name who's playing Zuko. He's got the vibe. I'm not worried about. So in the way that I might be kind of worried about Aang, not worried at all about Zuko. Like, even him, just like having the expression of like come on, like 100 days, like he looks mean. Like, I don't know, he's got the vibe. And of course, I'm not worried about Iroh at all. Like, again, if you guys have not watched Kim's Convenience on Netflix, it's on Netflix right now. That's where Paul Lee, the guy who's playing Uncle Iroh, watch it. Even just watch the first episode. It's called Kim's Convenience. Let me put it in the chat so you guys can like see how it's spelled. Kim's Convenience. Go watch it. Just at least the first episode. Just give it 5 minutes. This guy is going to kill it as freaking Uncle Iroh, man. Paul Lee is going to freaking kill it. Oops, sorry. I didn't even put the convenience part in. Convenience. Boom. Let me catch up to the chat, by the way. My bad, guys. I'm doing bad on that part. I hope they use the messenger eagles like the Ravens in Game of Thrones. I think that's very possible. I mean, we saw that in the teaser trailer, so I'm pretty sure that's gonna be what's gonna happen. But yeah, I thought this promo was very nice. I think everybody is like, like every time this kid smiles, I'm like, goddamn, that kid's Aang. That kid is Aang. To be fair, I can see those worries with Gordon Cormier. He seems so energetic, but his acting may be questionable. Yeah, and I've seen that from other child actors. Like, even if you look at Jake Lloyd, who played the young version of Anakin Skywalker, like visually, like in the trailers when we saw him, it was like, whoa, that's really cool. It's a young Darth Vader. But then like the second he starts talking, you're like, oh, okay, well, not so great. But like, oh, hey, he looks the part, LOL, he might be a terrible actor, but Aang was so annoying in season 1 that it might just work. Hey, Katie, I know that's like an unpopular opinion and kind of a hot take in Avatar, but I kind of agree. Like, Aang in season 1 is just a little bit annoying. Cause I feel like season 1, I feel like the series was playing into the Nickelodeon genre, a lot more. Like, I feel like Avatar didn't really come into itself until season 2 and of course, season 3, where it got to have its own identity outside of Nickelodeon. But I felt like that first season, they really were trying to be like, hey, we're a Nickelodeon show. Like, let's put like the goofball Nickelodeon bits, which is one of the parts that is great about Avatar. Don't get me wrong. Like, the goofy bits are probably one of my favorite parts of Avatar when it was more balanced, like in book 2 and book 3. But like some of those early episodes of book 1, like I would say up until the storm, which was like middle of the season of book 1, until then I think things were like on the side of goofy that I don't enjoy. But after that point, I was like, okay, yeah, this is cool. Like, this is a good balance of like goofy and serious. Whenever you can you touch on the comics a bit? I'm expecting them to arrive soon. and I'd like to hear your overall opinion. No spoilers, please. Do you mean specifically the Azula comic? Because we are going to be talking about that eventually. He'll grow into it. The first episode is guaranteed to be a little rough. Oh, that's true. Also, I don't know what order they filmed in, because sometimes they don't film the episodes in order. So it could be that they filmed some of episode 2 first, or episode 3 first, and episode 1 later. Is the screen paused, or is it just me? Yeah, the screen is paused. Oh, actually, you're right. Oh, you guys can't even see what I'm seeing. It's like not allowing. Oh, because it just says full screen. Oh, my bad, guys. You guys can't even see what I was seeing that entire time. My bad. I think you should be able to see it now. If I make it smaller, like I think when I went full screen, it was like, nah, son, we're not doing that. My bad. So sorry. When I was talking about all these things, so we have like the Aang, going by the screen. We had Katara with her doing her little water bending. I was no notes about her. Sokka, I just hope that he's not freaking serious the entire time. He's got to be goofy. Got to be goofy Sokka. I thought Zuko looks really, really good. I thought the scar looks fine. His hand gesture, I think, really cool. Paulie, great. Gordon Cormier, that freaking smile, freaking perfect. The next trailer for this should show more humor, but carefully. Yes, I agree, KB. They need to show a little bit more humor. Hey, what's going on, the Bled? I hope not, because Sokka is my fave character. Oh, you hope not? What on Sokka? Dallas Liu. Yeah, that's right. That's his name. Yeah, and he has solid credentials, so I have absolutely no issue with that at all. Yeah, the screen wasn't paused, guys. Is that when I go full screen, it just doesn't show it anymore, which is weird. I don't know why it doesn't do that. Why it doesn't show full screen? I think it might be my formatter or whatever. I don't even know how to explain it. But no, yeah, it didn't pause. It just didn't. It went off to a different screen, and then my previewer couldn't see it. Are there any storylines you wish they'd change or remove specifically for the live action? Not specifically. I can't think of anything like season 1 where I would just straight up be like, cut it. Like, there's things that I'm mad that they're cutting. Like, I wish Jong was still in it. I think he's kind of important, for the firebending mastery in the beginning of the show. They're getting rid of the fortune teller, which I understand that getting cut, because that one's more like a filler episode. But I still would have liked to see, the fortune teller episode being in it. So if anything, it's more about things that they're taking out that I have more issue with than stuff being altered, necessarily. What I do like that they are adding, though, is that they're going to be adding more stuff with Kyoshi. Oh, by the way, no one else seems to have noticed this, except for me and Hello Future Me on Twitter. I saw he was talking about it as well. But this is not Aang, guys, or it shouldn't be Aang. When we look at this, where is it? Where it's a Kyoshi Island, and it's a big airbending blast. This is not Aang coming down. Like, unless he's like wearing Kyoshi outfit for some reason. Is it right here? Yeah, it's right here. If we go really slow, you guys will see that this is not Aang. Hold on, let me slow this down so you guys can see. Slow it down to 0.25 speed, shall we? All right, you guys look very closely in this next shot. Right after the Avatar state business, when we see oh boy come down, that is a green. Whoever is coming down is wearing green. I think this is where we're going to see Kyoshi. I think Kyoshi is going to be possessing Aang in this scene, similar to how she possessed him in book 2. Because as we know, the past lives are going to have more of an integrated presence in the first season. So we're going to have Avatar Kuruk. We're going to have Avatar Kyoshi. Of course, Avatar Roku be in this. And I think we're going to have a little moment, possibly, unless there's going to be a plot line where maybe Aang has a Kyoshi outfit on because he's training along with Sokka. Maybe. I don't know. But I'm going to call it right now. This could possibly be an allusion to possession of Kyoshi in this right here, I think. I have some hard time watching first season. The show is great, but I think it became amazing only in second season and when most of the stuff. I think, me personally, I think it didn't become good until after midway into book 1 for me. It was 2005. They had to be careful trying to keep the kids engaged. Exactly, yeah. Seeing Gyatso was when it got dark. I would say that's when that was the first hint that, hey, they might be doing something crazy here, because yeah, they're showing the skeleton of like his former master. So yeah. Yes, yeah, Fleming, yeah, it sucks. They cut Zhang, man. they cut Zhang, and I am not happy about it. Yeah, like that was a really interesting storyline to me. I don't know why they cut it. Like, I don't agree with that decision. They better bring him back in some capacity, because yeah, that sucks. Hey, the last Cobra, what's up? Welcome to the stream. Wait, it is towards the end. It's Kyoshi. Yeah, dude, I'm calling it. I think that's Kyoshi, man. They know that people are going to be doing this. They know people are going to be going frame by frame on this stuff. I think that might be some Kyoshi, possession of Aang happening right there. Oh, you can go frame by frame? Oh my god, that's a game changer. You can go frame by frame. I did not know you could do this on YouTube. That is a newer thing. But yeah, like that this here is Kyoshi. It's either Kyoshi or it's freaking Aang in Kyoshi outfit. Either way, I think Kyoshi is going to be involved in some capacity, because we know of the casting of Kyoshi. Yvonne Chapman is going to be playing Kyoshi. So I'm calling it right here. These frames here are going to be more important when we get it. And also the effects are really good. Like, look at these effects, guys. These are like legit. These are some legit effects, man. These are some legit effects, my guys. I'm honestly perplexed by C.S. Lee on Roku. I don't know if you've ever seen the show Dexter, but C.S. Lee is great in that. He's just the opposite of Roku in that show, so I'm curious if he can do. Oh yeah, I don't know anything about the actor, so I couldn't even say. No, this definitely is not a flashback. This is not a flashback, because this is definitely a Fire Nation right now, like when they're attacking Kyoshi Island. I would love to see more of Kyoshi and other avatars. You might be getting that. I think they're going to be doing that. Are you sure? This looks like it could be an arrow on their head. Wonder if Yang Chen will make an appearance. There has not been a casting for Yang Chen, so I don't think Yang Chen is going to be in at least season 1. Not season 1 of this. Hey, Last Cobra, thank you for subscribing for the channel. Welcome. Yeah, that's Kyoshi. I wonder with what they'll add from with the novels. Yeah, I think they're going to be integrating a lot of the novel stuff too, especially with Avatar Kuruk. There's going to be a big thing about Avatar Kuruk and Admiral Zhao's like a search for the spirits, things like that. But yeah, I think there's something here. There is something here. All right, so let's move on to some other news, because yes, we all love the teasers. Well, let's talk about some sad news. So in some sad news, it looks like Avatar Generations, which pretty much nobody was playing anyway, will be shutting down as of, I think it's going to shut down December 2nd. So it's going to shut down in like 2 days. I don't know. People in the chat, like, is anybody here actually playing Avatar Generations? I played like the first few levels, like the first bit of story stuff, especially because they sponsored a few of my videos, which I'm very thankful for. They actually like kept this channel afloat for like a good portion of like, the summer. But I wasn't super engaged with it. What I did like about Avatar Generations though is the expansion on a lot of the story-based stuff. So a lot of the expansion on like the artwork for like False Avatar Yoon, for Rangi, for Hiran, all that stuff I think was really cool. Father Glowworm got some official art finally. Like for that aspect, I enjoyed it. I just wasn't really a big fan of like the gameplay itself. Someone said that's not sad news, so there you go. Like most people are not playing this game, so I don't think people really care. Didn't play Generations, but they clearly love the franchise. Like, I think the team, you definitely could feel like they actually did like enjoy Avatar, unlike Quest for Balance, which was a travesty, a complete travesty. By the way, my current video right now is blowing up. My video where I talk about the idea of having an Avatar game similar to Knights of the Old Republic. So if you're not familiar, there is a Star Wars game that came out back in 2005 called Knights of the Old Republic, and it took place 4,000 years before the events of like the Star Wars saga that everybody is familiar with. Luke Skywalker, Darth Vader, all that stuff. 4,000 years in the past, and you were able to create your own Jedi or Sith. It was your choice. And I think that would be the perfect template for a Avatar game, a role-playing game for Avatar, where we set it 5,000 years in the past, because as we know, harmonic convergence lasts 10,000 years. So 5,000 years would be right in the middle. And the reason why I say that is because, if you have the game right in the middle of the timeline, you won't affect any kind of storyline. If you're doing like an Avatar 1 storyline or the second Avatar storyline, if you're doing anything with Aang, Kyoshi, Korra, Roku, any of them, It's unaffected. And you could even have it set up where it's canon, but not canon, in the sense that maybe it was an Avatar generation that was like lost to time, maybe because like a library was burnt or something. Maybe that's the time when the library used to be, on the mortal realm or in the physical realm. There's so much you can do with that. But what I'm saying is that like whatever character you create, male, female, Foundation, Earth Kingdom, it doesn't matter. You can do all of that stuff because it would not affect the other timelines because it's so smack in the middle. Very similar to Knights of the Old Republic, how it's Revan, which is the character that you play as in the first one. Which, oh my god, that's a big spoiler. That's actually a spoiler of the thing, but it's a game from 2005, so whatever. But Revan as a character is canon, and I believe he's even canon in the new Disney, Lucasfilm canon, if I'm not mistaken. I'm not sure. I don't really follow Star Wars anymore. But his storyline is up to you. Like, it's canon, not canon in that same sense. I think that same thing could happen for Avatar, and a lot of people seem to agree and really, really enjoy that video because it's the best video I've had, like performing video I've had on the channel in quite some time. I think it's on track to get over 100,000 views, which hasn't happened for me since I did the Ozai video. So it's been like a minute. They could tie the moon spirits into Kuro. Oh yes, that's absolutely what's happening. Noir. They're in the TV show. They're definitely gonna be doing that. Oh, there you go. Katie Love actually did play Avatar Generations, and yeah, it is shutting down. I haven't played a mobile game in a general for many years. The only mobile game that I play currently is Hearthstone, which was mega popular like in 2015. Not as popular anymore, but I still play, and I actually still enjoy it. No, I was planning to play that game when I got some free time. Was it good? I don't think it was great. It was okay. Like, I think the gameplay mechanics were good. I think it just needed more polish. I think if it had more polish, I probably would have, engaged with it a little bit more. But it was just like, it felt like such a, not a half-baked game because the gameplay mechanics were actually pretty cool. I just felt like the polish. There was like no polish in the game. And I actually prefer my games to have some polish. Like, I'm a little bit snooty in that way, but I do want my video games to have some polish. I'm not really like an indie gamer who, plays like indie games, stuff like that. But, Avatar deserves a big open world game with better graphics. Yeah, no, I totally agree. There's a very dedicated Discord for Avatar Generations, and everyone's pretty upset about the news. Wish it did not have to end. Oh, that sucks, man. I like Revan, but his fans are so obnoxious. Oh, yeah, I agree. A lot of Star Wars fans are obnoxious. There's a lot of Avatar fans who are obnoxious as well. But for some reason, I feel like, I don't know, Avatar fandom, maybe because, we haven't had anything in such a long time. Right now, the fan base is like kind of okay. Like, I don't think it's in a bad state in the same way that I would say like, Star Wars or Marvel fan base, are kind of in a bad state. And I think that could probably change like when more stuff comes out and, more fissures happen within, because I feel like as more stuff comes out for Avatar, the more breaking points a fandom will have, because it becomes like, it seems to me is that as more stuff comes out, we get to see more of what the creators think of Avatar, because they're deepening the lore, they're showing more, they're giving more explanations, which I think are things that they've always thought about the world, but since they never really show us that in the shows, because the shows are very much they're self-contained stories, people have these other ideas of what Avatar is and what it could be, kind of similar to Star Wars. Like, for a long time, like Star Wars expanded universe, like before the new movies came out, was a huge thing, and had this huge expansive imagination, that the fans can engage with. But once they started putting that into like movies, and they started saying like things are like solidly canon, is when I think a lot of the fissure happened within that fan base. And I think that's what's probably going to be happening with Avatar in the future as well. So this is like probably the best time, like right now, to be like an Avatar fan, is like, in this interim before we get like more canon storylines. Particularly because we've been getting more canon storylines with like the comic books, which good transition. We should be talking about the comics now. But not in the same case as like, having an animated live action, or whatever it might be, like animation like holds a little bit more credit, I would say. Even like the novels, while they are canon and I think they're really good with the lore, don't hold the same candle as like the animated show, right? The animated show I think is still like the top tier. All right, Azula in the Spirit Temple. That one just came out. Who read it? Who here read Azula in the Spirit Temple? That is not, we're gonna be talking about that, but later. Not right now. Where's Azula's spirit temple? Now I can't show like a bunch of panels and like that, but we definitely can talk about it. Hold on, open link in new tab. Yeah, who here read the comic? How long has Generations been out? I think it's been out for like a year now, if I'm not mistaken. It's been like a year, something like that. Like maybe a year and a half at most. An Avatar game like Mortal Kombat or Skyrim would be really cool. I think a combat game for Avatar would work really well. I just don't think they want to go that route. I mean, the closest you're going to get for that is like, Nick's All-Star Brawl, which they just came out with the second version of it, and they have Azula as a character, and I do want to play it. But I just haven't had the chance to like actually play that game. But I do actually want to do a stream where I play All-Star Brawl and play with all the Avatar characters. Yeah, I mean, Avatar Hogwarts Legacy would be great. Hey, Ten Shoot, what's up? What's going on? We're just talking about Avatar news over the last month. We're just hanging out here. Just hanging. Yeah, I'm Basi, Duram, I'm same as you, man. If they make a Ghost of Tsushima Avatar, I will pre-order the collector's edition day one. I will give you all my money day one. The Marvels definitely felt like a hint of the MCU getting a breath of fresh air. Yeah, I mean, I thought the Marvels were really good. No one really watched the movie, unfortunately, but I thought it was a really good movie. Or not, maybe not like really good, but I felt like it was very solid. It was very entertaining. I enjoyed myself with that movie. Yeah, man, the novels, Noir, you're totally right. The novels of Avatar have done so much lore and world building. Like, I'm not even gonna lie, of the last 10 years, and I would even say maybe even like including some of Avatar, The Last Airbender and Legend of Korra, the Kyoshi novels, I think has told the best Avatar story. Like maybe like just below book 3 of Last Airbender, maybe book 3 of like Korra. But it's right up there. Like that's how good the Kyoshi story was, and all the added lore bits, of course. Because when you're doing a novel, you can go way more in depth with like how the culture works, how the economy works, the interpersonal relationships between the nations and the history of the nations. Like we got so much information about like Roku. We got so much information about Avatar Zito, which is like of course Avatar Jafar as he was known before he was named. Yeah, super interesting. But yeah, who's read this one? Who has read the Azula comic? The Azula comic came out last month. Ooh, they improved the Avatar character movesets in All-Star Brawl 2? Okay, that's really good to know. I feel like in the first one, it felt like they were just like doing generic moves, and then they just were like, all right, here's like a air effect, or here's a water effect. Like, it didn't feel like you actually were a bender, except for Toph. Toph in the first All-Star Brawl was really good. I feel like that was the best Avatar character. So I mean, I'm actually really looking forward to what they got in the second one. But yeah, sorry. Getting back on topic. Azula in the Spirit Temple. Who has read it? I thought it was pretty good. It was really. I was afraid that they were going to give her a full-on redemption arc, and I'm glad that they didn't. But at the same time, I feel like it was a little bit of a cop-out because like there was no actual progression. It felt like an anime filler episode, kind of. Yeah. Jinju and Yoon are goated. Those characters are so cool. They're so cool in my opinion. Hey, what's up, Incognito? But I don't think too many people have read the comic yet. Like, because I think people are having a hard time finding it in a comic book store, even though it is available for digital. If you do look it up on Amazon, I think it's on Comixology, if I'm not mistaken. But yeah, like I enjoyed it. I enjoyed it for the most part, and I liked what they were doing with mostly because I was really, really afraid they were just gonna do like a very generic redemption arc for Azula, and I'm glad that was not the case. Kiki, if you think Avatar's fandom is polarizing, you have not met the Sonic fandom. What? I would not. Hey, what's up, Jet Strike, by the way? But also, I did not know the Sonic fan base is really that polarizing. Really? I would think Sonic the Hedgehog would be like the most neutral, most like carefree fan base ever. Yeah, unfortunately, yeah, as Desto was saying in the chat, unfortunately, these days, most of the comics feel like anime filler episodes. And that's kind of the truth. That's kind of the truth. I mean, some of them are better than others. Like, I feel like this one was actually one of the better comics in the Avatar franchise. But it did still ultimately feel like filler, like, unfortunately. So the other news that I had, so there are some delays we had. First off, we'll talk about the delay of the Roku novel. Speaking about novels and things like that, the Roku novel is being pushed back to August 20th. I believe it was originally coming out in June or July of next year, but now it's coming out on August 20th, 2024. I'm actually going to be interviewing the author. I contacted him and just asked him, would you be open to, doing a interview on my, fan channel? And he was like, yeah, I would be interested. I was like, oh, yeah, good, because I want to read your first book, because he actually wrote a book already. I mean, he wrote several books. There's one in particular that he won an award for, which I'm guessing is why he got the job for the Roku novel. So I want to, read his novel, kind of get a sense of his style, like what kind of themes he plays into. I think it's about like a Filipino American, if I'm not mistaken. It's called The Reckoning of something. Hold on, I have it on my phone right here because I have it queued up to read it. But yeah, unfortunately, the Roku novel has been delayed, which isn't that big of a deal, I think, personally, because the difference between like June, July, and August is not that big of a deal. Let's see. The name of it is called The Patron Saints of Nothing is the novel that this guy wrote, Randy Ribe. And he's the author of the Roku novel. But also another news, we also have another delay that happened. And that is the spin-off comic with Uncle Iroh and June. That got pushed back to... does this even have the date of when it got pushed back? To June 4th. I don't know what the original date was for it, to be honest. But it is now coming out on June 4th. So we're going to have the Iroh June comic first, and then a few months afterwards, we're going to have the Roku comic coming out in August, which is cool. I'm looking forward to the novel more so than I am than the comic. I feel like the comic again is going to be another filler episode, basically, of Iroh and June. It's not going to really affect that much of like the plot, overall. But the Roku novel, I expect we're going to get a lot going on with that. And I know a lot of people like Roku is one of their favorites, so definitely looking forward to the Roku novel. And I'm just I like reading the novels when they're good. Like, I wasn't really into the Yangshin novel, and I still need to read the second Yangshin book. But which I hear is better. I hear is much better than the first book. But I just haven't had the time to do it. But I do now, because I just finished up one of my books that I have on my queue. So my next book coming up is the Yangshin book. So, Katie Love, I enjoyed Azula's comic. I won't get into spoilers, but I equate it as a better than the Suki story. Oh yeah, I agree. I think it was way better than the Suki story. The Suki alone comic, I was very, very neutral on, extremely neutral on. Yeah, the Avatar comics either try to tackle too much and fumble, or they don't do anything of substance. Yeah, I think that's very fair. Jet Strike. Nah, the Sonic fandom constantly argues about which is the best Sonic game. Song, comic book series. Wow, okay. I would not expect that from the Sonic. I really thought Sonic's fandom would be super chill. Do you think the Earth Queen is based off of the Empress from the Chinese Jing Dynasty? I have no clue. I don't know much about Chinese history, ancient history that much, so I couldn't tell you about that one. Wait, so FCE isn't doing the new novel? No. FCE is no longer writing any more novels, which I am actually happy about, because I was kind of like getting over his style a little bit with the Yangshin books. So I'm happy to see a new author tackle an Avatar book. Yeah, Ninja, you're finally reading the Kyoshi novels. Thank you. And he's saying, I'm loving the Kyoshi novels so far. I'm sad to see that the Roku novel is being pushed back. Yo, I'm just happy that you are reading the Kyoshi novels. I love the Kyoshi novels. I need to read it a third time. I think I'm going to reread them a third time, because, man, those are just so good. Those books are just so good. Like, I really, really enjoyed what they did with the false Avatar storyline, and with the Jinju is, such a nasty character, man, but so pragmatic in his nastiness. I've heard Patron Saints of Nothing is really good. So have I, Ken. I've also heard that's really good. So I'm really interested to see about that, because I think I'm going to read Yangshin Book 2 first, and then I'm going to read Patron Saints of Nothing right after that one. Oh, we need an Iroh novel. I mean, that would be kind of cool. An Iroh novel of his time when he was transitioning. Seeing him discover the true firebending from the dragons, I think would be really cool. That would be really cool. Yeah. The new author is Randy Ribe. Who was asking about FCE? Desto. Yeah, Desto. The new. I'll show you the new author right now. It's Randy, who I should be interviewing sometime next year. This gentleman right here, he's a Filipino-American. He's written a lot of Filipino-American novels. So yeah, he's going to be, and this is the novel that we're talking about, Patron Saints of Nothing. Right about, I don't know if I'm covering it with my head. Probably am. Oh, no, I'm not covering it with my head. Good. Right here. Seems like a really cool guy. I'm following him on Instagram now. He seems really cool. Oh, my head wrap is like kind of flipped. Yeah, adjust that. There you go. But yeah, I'm looking forward to it. I mean, I haven't read his book yet. I'll give you guys some more ideas. It's kind of funny too, because it looks like on his cover, this guy is firebending. Like, I don't know if it's a fantasy book or what. Matter of fact, let's investigate. What is the blurb for this? Patron Saints of Nothing. It looks like it's fantasy based. Like, it looks like this guy has fire in his hands. You know what I'm saying? Like, Patron Saints of Nothing. Okay, let's look at the Google Books description. Thank you. I don't want to read the book. I just want the freaking blurb, please. Okay, maybe if I go to Amazon. What was it called again? Patron Saints of Nothing. So this book came out in 2019. And it was brilliant, honest, and equal parts heartbreaking and soul hardening. Let's see. Is this a fantasy book? It says it's a young adult historical mystery and thriller. Okay, so I don't know if it's, I mean, let's read. A powerful coming-of-age story about grief, guilt, and the risk of a Filipino-American teenager takes to uncover the truth about his cousin's murder. Jay Reguero plans to spend the last semester of his senior year playing video games before heading to the University of Michigan in the fall. But when he discovers that his Filipino cousin June was murdered as part of President Duterte's war on drugs, and no one in the family wants to talk about what happened, Jay travels to the Philippines to find out the real story. Hoping to uncover more about June and the events that led to his death, Jay is forced to reckon with the many sides of his cousin before he can face the whole horrible truth and the part he played in it. Oh, okay. Okay, so I don't know. I don't think it's fantasy, so I don't know why this guy has fire in his hands. I don't know what this is about, but when I read it eventually, I'll let you guys know about it and what's going on. Okay, let's see. My wife bought me the Koshi books for my birthday, waiting to start them. Oh, good. What are your thoughts about the upcoming Avatar movie? Personally, I'm looking forward to the Zuko one. I am too. I'm looking forward to all the movies, all the new series. I'm looking forward to all the new stuff. Like, I have no issues with anything that has come out about any of that. Oh wow, that's my last news story, huh? Okay, let me switch over because that was my last news story. So we're just gonna go over to like general chatting right now. Hold on, let me catch up to the chat. But yeah, I'm looking forward to everything, all of it. Just finished Young Chin's first novel, and I can say she's my favorite Avatar now. Oh yeah, see, I didn't feel that for the first Young Chin novel. The first Young Chin novel was kind of a snooze fest for me. Sorry, I read that one already. I would like a novel sort of like George R.R. Martin's Fire and Blood on the history of the nations or something like that. Oh, bro. Rom, don't do that to me. I would love to have something like that. That would be so cool if they wrote a fake in-world history book. They could even have something. It could be written by like Avatar Zito. Think about it. Like Avatar Zito, like the administrator Avatar, the Fire Nation Avatar, like writing a history book. Like in that same vein as like Fire and Blood. I think that would be really cool. Azula should have had the alone title rather than Suki. Yeah, Suki had flashbacks, but so did Azula in a way, and we actually got into Azula's head. Suki was too focused on green meat. Kevin, you're speaking to the quiet here. Yeah, I'm just so... I think Suki is such a vanilla character. Such a vanilla character. And her comic did her no favors, I think. Nice. Always excited to see the new voices in the Avatar universe. Need to finish another book. Oh, sorry, I read that already. If there was an Iroh novel, do you think his character arc would be better than Zuko? I don't know about that necessarily. I don't know. I mean, it depends on how they do it. It could be. It could rival it, but I don't think necessarily it would be. Dominic Roman. What do you think about the decision to change Smellerby's pronouns to they, them in the Netflix adaptation? I don't think that's confirmed. They have an actor who is non-binary playing Smeller B, but I don't know if Smeller B themselves, if that's the case that they're doing, is going to be a non-binary or not. But if I'm not mistaken, the first take on Smeller B, which is supposed to be that Smeller B was a tomboy, basically, a girl that always got mistaken for being a boy, and female, and that was like the commentary, but not supposed to be like necessarily a non-binary or trans or anything like that. But if they want to like retroactively do that, then that's fine. But I don't think that's what the original intent of that was supposed to be. But as some people in the fan base do, I do understand that people have that take. Like some people have the take that Korra was going to commit suicide at the beginning of or at the end of book 1 of her series, which I never got that reading from it. But that's completely fine. But yeah, it is confirmed that the actor who is playing Smeller B is non-binary. Let me see. I forget what the name of the actor was. Let me see. Well, yeah, Wes Valero. My wife. Wait, I already read that one. I'm sorry, but Fire and Blood is a snooze fest? I am shocked hearing that from you, Kin Fam. I am shocked hearing that from you. I'm actually flabbergasted. I would think you would be super into Fire and Blood. I actually wanted to reread Fire and Blood, but since like I'm now watching the show, I actually don't want to reread it because it's gonna spoil a lot of like what I'm enjoying about the show right now. But man, I enjoyed the heck out of Fire and Blood. I remember enjoying the heck out of it. What are your thoughts on Netflix's decision to use they them pronouns for Smellery? I already talked about that. It sounds like a contemporary fantasy. Sounds like you'd like it. Yeah, I don't know. The patron saints of nothing. I don't know if it was fantasy. Like nothing in the description really said anything about it being fantasy, and none of the subgenres that it's under mentions anything about fantasy. But the cover looks like it's fantasy because then he's got fire in his hands. So I don't know. Because it says that it's under teen and young adult Asian geography and cultures, teen and young adult law and crime fiction ebooks, and teen and young adult historical mysteries and thrillers. But none of that says fantasy in it. And when I read the blurb, it didn't seem like it had any fantasy elements to it. So it's kind of weird. Like I don't quite understand what kind of book it is, to be really honest. Since the 2025 movie is gonna have 3D, I hope it's only for elements because it could. Well, it's gonna be 3D. In the sense that the same way that whatchamacallit was a 3D, Korra was 3D. There's gonna be 3D elements. It's not gonna be a 3D. It's gonna be a 2D animated work, but it's gonna be using a lot of 3D elements. Like a hybrid form. Fair enough. For someone like me who studies history, I like that type of thing, but I suppose it depends on the person. Yeah, I don't know anything about the Chinese queen that you were talking about. I have no idea who that is, so I couldn't even tell you about that. Good old Michigan, go Wolverines. Oh, is that your actual school? Hey, thank you for subscribing. Just a local weeb. Welcome. I think if you're a weeb, you will be quite welcome here. I'm not a weeb myself, though people mistaking me for being a weeb quite often. But yeah, weebs are welcome here. Weebs are welcome. Ooh, Zeta would be a good one. I was thinking the Fire Sages could be like the Maesters. No. I think it'd be totally cool if a Fire Sage did it. Or, you know what would be better, actually? Maybe not a Fire Sage, but you know who does have that sort of Maester thing going on? The Earth Sages, the scholars, the Earth scholars. They would be the ones writing the history. I think that would be kind of cool, man. An in history book like Fire and Blood would be really cool. They gotta switch up some stuff to keep us on our toes. Make it a what if scenario in certain storylines. Let Jet and Azula get together. Do you mean like get together in terms of like like fighting together? Or do you mean like get together? I don't think Jet and Azula would pair very well. I think Jet would hate Azula. Haru and old buddy in the wheelchair can join the group earlier. Yeah, stuff like that. I don't know if they're going to be doing it because I think Haru was not cast in the book 1 of the adaptation, so I don't know if he's actually going to be in it. But Jet was cast. That one was confirmed. What's one scene you're excited to see the live action create? I actually am interested to see that first Agni Kai between Zuko and Zhao. I'm actually really interested to see how that's going to come out. And then of course the finale with the Koizilla. I wonder how they're gonna be dealing with Koizilla, because we actually did not get Koizilla in the movie. We just got freaking Aang doing a huge tidal wave, which was cool in itself. Like, don't get me wrong, that tidal wave was actually really cool. But I would like to see like the actual Koizilla like coming out. That'd be really cool. I disagree about something. Oh, I would love an Avatar novel similar to that of Nixia Triad. Jis is the main character. I don't know anything about that, so I couldn't even really talk to that. It's a sci-fi fantasy series, and I definitely recommend it. Okay, cool. Oh, also, what's up, Ethan Craig? I disagree. One thing that made me like Suki was that she immediately set the tone for how she wanted to be treated. As she told Sokka, "I'm a warrior, but I'm a girl too." She continued to show that. I mean, that's fine. Like, I don't think what Suki thematically was trying to show in the show was an issue. I just think her as a character is vanilla. Like, I just think she's like a whatever vanilla character to me. I think the arcane style will be perfect for Avatar. Oh no, don't get it twisted. They are not. And the creators specifically said that. Not Michael DiMartino. Brian Konietzko specifically said that they are not doing an arcane style for the new Avatar animated series. The new Avatar animated series is still going to look like a 2D animated anime. It's just that they're going to be using some 3D elements. I suspect they're going to be using 3D elements for, like, you know, the Zato mobiles or like the airships and things like that, but not like they're not doing full 3D at all. Though I don't disagree. I do think the arcane style would work very, very well for Avatar, but they're not doing that for this new show. The Owl Spirit could write the history book. Oh yeah, that's true. It could be a time when the Owl Spirit was still messing around when oh my god, I forgot the full name. Wating Song or something like that. Wating Say? I can't remember the owl's name. Someone remind me of the owl's name? Forget about it. Yeah, Wan Xing Tong. Yeah, would totally write the history book, like a Fire and Blood history book. I can see that happening. Yeah, the war crime couple, Jet and Azula. But yeah, I don't know. Jet would have to get over the fact that Azula is not only Fire Nation, but she is the princess of the Fire Nation. I don't think he's jiving with that. Oh my god, not 3D. Seven Deadly Sins, new movie. It's all 3D and horrible. No. Guys, don't get it twisted. I know who in the chat brought up the new series will be a 3D. It is not going to be 3D. It's going to be using 3D elements in the same way that Korra used 3D elements. Antoine, you literally end your shorts with "My name is Antoine and I do geeky stuff." Yes. I want to make sure people know what they're getting involved with. Yeah, Zhang Zhang was not cast in the adaptation. So Zhang Zhang will not be in book 1 of the Netflix adaptation, which really, really saddens me. Saddens me greatly. Good, brother. I'm talking about Jet and Azula getting together. Yeah, what? What do you... Jet and Azula do not pair. Like, what? What? In my scenario, Jet has been with the group since season 1, and he's changed his stance on some people by season 3. Yeah, I don't see the storyline. I'm not seeing it, man. I'm not seeing it, fam. I'm hopeful for the Iroh comic, but the other one-shot comics were only decent. Yeah, I don't think the Iroh comic is going to be anything more than decent. Like, I think the best it can be is just decent. I'm of the same opinion with that regard. Do we know what we're getting first, the new series or the movie? The movie. We're getting the movie. The only thing that's been confirmed by Avatar Studios, like officially confirmed, is the movie. Like, to the point where we have an official image too. Which, let me see if I can pull that up so you guys can see it. Well, I mean, if you guys haven't seen it, there was an image that was shared with the adult version of the gang. Zuko has his long hair. I have a whole video about it, talking about it. But the only thing that's been announced officially by Avatar Studios is the Avatar movie, which so far has not been delayed. It's still coming out in October of 2025, which we're not that far away from, guys. Like, we're really not that far away from the Avatar movie. But yeah, the series is still just a rumor. Like, we got a bunch of rumors about, like, you know, the Korra series, the new Korra series, or sorry, the new Korra movie, the Kyoshi movie, the Zuko movie. All of those are still technically rumors. Opposites attract in ideology and war. Yeah, I mean, I'm not saying it's impossible for Jet and Azula to get together, but you would have to do a whole lot of work to make that work. A whole lot of work. That is a uphill battle. Of an extreme uphill battle. Like, you're talking about a near 90-degree slope. Just like Ozai having Daniel Day Kim, they could have had the old boy actor for Zhang Zhang. Oh my god, that guy is like the perfect age for it too at this point. Old boy actor. How old is that guy? Choi Ming-sik. Choi Ming-sik. 61 years old? That is perfect. That is so perfect for Jung Jung. Bro. And they just give him the same haircut he had in Old Boy? That would be dope. That would be cool to me. I would like that. I would be down for that. I love the concept of a sandbatter avatar. Oh, then you might like Legend of Genji. You should look up the Legend of Genji. Although, if you look up Legend of Genji, I think they actually took down their website, which is crazy. Legend of Genji does not exist on their website anymore. So I don't even know where you can... Oh, if you go to Webtoons, Webtoons still has Legend of Genji. You can read it there. But it's only like the first issue of a comic, so it's not even a full story. Cool. So that is it. That's all the news, the big news that we got this last month. Right now, I am working on Azula versus Kuvira. That's the next big video that I have planned for the channel. I plan on doing some other videos here and there. But the big thing, of course, is going to be like when the official trailer drops for the Avatar series, and of course, me getting prepped for doing the reaction series to that. I got my editor ready to do that. He's good to go. Hopefully I can actually make my money back on it, unlike my Full Metal Alchemist reaction, which was fun, but it just made no money on the channel, and I just was basically wasting money doing that series. But yeah, like any last minute stuff you guys want to talk about before I clock out, as it is. Don't worry, Antoine will get you to see the Visions Trust. Dan the Man got your back. Also, for the adult gang movie, let's bring back my man Ko and Do, a spirit versus mortal movie done right. I don't know half of the words you just said. I'm going to be honest. And how about the cyberpunk futuristic Avatar series? Got to get some info on that at some point. Yeah, at some point. Like, I'm sure they're going to be doing a Earth Avatar series, but it's just a matter of when. And in what context. Like, how is it going to look? What is it going to be? You know, all that kind of stuff. But yeah, I think that's it. I don't have any more to say. I think we've kind of exhausted our conversation here. So yeah, I guess I'm just gonna say goodbye to everybody here in the chat. The Bled, thank you for coming out. Jerome Bossy, thank you for coming out. Kiki Nation, always love having you here. Dan the Man, Kid Haru, Katie Love, Ninja Meg, Paku Noir, thank you for coming out and being here like the whole stream. I enjoyed having you here. It's great on. Thank you for coming here. Kevin, nice to see you. I think I don't see you too often in the chat, so it's always good to see you. Oh, do you think the third show will be more tonally in line with the novels, or do you think that it be considered too dark? I think I've noticed this about the creators, the original creators. I think they are slowly getting more adult with the themes of Avatar. And I think it will be more in line with the novels, or at least I would hope so. I think they're going to be less tied to Nick as like a kid brand, especially because this is going to be premiering more on like Paramount Plus, like a streaming service. And I think it's going to be a little bit more adult. I do agree with that. I see you later, Avatar. Detso. Did I miss anybody? Dan the Man. I got Dan the Man. I got everybody else. I think I got everybody in the chat who is here. Again, Ken Pham, thank you for becoming a member and staying a member for 23 months. You're almost there to the Avatar Antoine emoji next month. That you'll have it. Kid Haru already has his. I see he has his Avatar emoji, Antoine Avatar emoji. Ken Pham, you're almost there. Oh, Jet Strike, see you later, man. Sorry I missed you on that one. Panda, thank you for coming out. Bye. Solomon, bye. Rice, see you later. Everybody stay safe. Enjoy your holiday. I'll see you guys probably a little bit before Christmas. That's when my next stream is going to be, unless something crazy happens, in which case we're going to be doing another stream. But see you guys later. Peace and much love to you. Remember, be water, my friends.